Killing the messenger, all over words. It must be the truth that I'm telling. These devils offended. You call it they trash. Don't buy up the shit that they selling. They label you bad. God know when easy to flash. Know what they hide. Know that my homeland ain't where I reside. Hey, who am I kid? I'm speaking to ears that never do listen. You gotta be talking them ditches. Helping the children. Principal mission. I am a pediatrician. I'm done with this story. Get it, this story. Brother, I'm doing my story. Cause we are the people. I'd rather be better, never that equal. The feelings is mutual. Ain't speaking no evil, examine your leader. Not doing religion, I'm open with politics, calling me so controversial. They say I'm too rough, but spit is so eloquent, like I've been spitting in curses. Their business is personal. Won't charge you for food, won't do what a church do. I do what a nurse do. I call on a doctor and wait on my number. Forever I'm humble. I live with my shame. Let me die with some honor. 100. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my life. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my telling the truth. Rest of my life. Loving the most high. All of my life. Rest of my life. Rest of my life.
All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom. It's Michael Israel. Got a quick lesson here. Just a couple things to speak on. But I want to say shalom to y'all. Been very busy here. Have a past couple weeks. Came. I was up there at the Straightway Sukkot. Gotta give it to Straightway again. Pastor Dow is a very edifying event. A very pleasant experience. And what I'm doing here, I need to put a part one on this because this is more than likely going to be a series. Hey, shalom, Elder Rufus. Good to see you in there. Definitely got to talk to you later. I'm gonna have to give you a call probably after this show. But yeah, this is gonna more than likely be a series because of what I am seeing out here. And okay, so you said the sound is low. Okay, stand by. Seeing out here. Nope. Sounds perfect to me. It might be your device, Mary Walker. So, but I want to speak on some stuff I'm seeing out here. Let me get my microphone out of the video. There we go. Because on one part, I'm very excited and encouraged on some of the lessons I've been seeing, man. Some that brothers is bringing out. I see the similar spirit going around, and I'm a excuse me, I'm gonna bring it up. But especially, and just for me and with spiritual combat and over the past couple months since Ron's Great Awakening Hebrew Gathering, where, I had the opportunity to link up with Pastor Dow. Okay, there we go. I found some of the message, but there has been a great awakening going on throughout the Hebrew community, and it's needed. And it at the core, we have to get of course, we have to wake up first and learn who we are as a people, and that is in full motion out here. You can see that. That there is awakening. Brothers and sisters are coming into the knowledge of who we are, of our identity, of what's been erased from us through crafty counsel. But after that, what's the next step? Getting your mind right and then getting your house in order. And I think that's where we're at right now. Righteous biblical relationship roles. I see a lot of brothers and sisters bringing out heavy messages on this topic. And it's needed because to truly move forward with this awakening, this is what needs to happen. Okay? And bear with me one sec here. There we go. So yeah, so to truly move forward with this awakening, there has to be a physical manifestation of it. Up until now, the majority, almost all the Hebrew community, has just been going through this with faith but no works. There's been a lot of what I've seen is a lot of mental ascension in the Hebrew community, a lot of mental ascension and deceiving. A lot of us been deceiving ourselves in the, hey, we are doing the works just through the acquisition of knowledge, and but deceiving ourselves into feeling like we're doing the works, but in reality, it's just mental ascension of knowledge. Oh, I know more, so that therefore I'm doing the works. And for a large degree, people have been doing this because there really nothing's been set in front of them to know what are the actual works. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this little tour that I'm trying to put together, just to kind of bring attention to what the works literally are. Because, okay, we've been deceived. We've had our whole culture wiped away from us. We don't, majority of us don't understand group economics, don't understand what it really means to be a nation. And it is, when you don't even know that you don't know, it can be kind of hard to figure out what it is. I mean, but really, if you can literally look at other nations and watch how other nations function, and it's right there in your face of how we need to be functioning. But they have done a number on our people to deceive us from being a nation. I mean, they've taken crafty counsel. They've bent over backwards to deceive us from being a nation, from what's important, especially the most foundational parts of being a nation. They have deceived us in. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm like and I'm not being like, I'm talking the way I'm talking, because I'm just thinking about all these situations where, you know, that I see in the Hebrew community. I mean, there's literally people out there, stuff I've seen out there in the public, on social media, in public media out there. So look, people are publicly posting stuff out there for everybody to see, showing their ignorance. So if you put it out there, I'm going to speak on it. But they literally, they feel like it's an issue. It's, they don't, they, Madison, bring me a glass of water, ice water. Thank you. They literally have an issue. They see it as the biggest issue that a woman would engage you with the term of respect, that a woman shows honor to a man. They literally have a problem with that. Because the righteous biblical relationship roles have been so manipulated by this. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So the righteous biblical relationship roles have been so twisted upside down by this satanic culture. You literally see Hebrews, educated, knowledgeable Hebrews out there, literally pointing to women getting in their natural role, showing respect for their husbands, honoring their husbands. Like the Bible tells the woman to honor the husband as the Lord. I mean, and you literally see Hebrew Israelites educated in this, in the Bible. They're wrestling with this thing, man. They literally see that as the issue, and it's amazing. I've seen Hebrews out here saying, the multiple wife things. We've taught on that, blowing the dust off that area of the Bible that nobody wants to preach about. We let's teach the whole book. Literally, I've had Hebrew teachers come out here and tell me that, hey, they're literally pointing at the low character of Hebrew men and saying, and they don't realize what they're doing. They're saying the reason why multiple wives is a problem is because men do this, that, and the other. And what they don't realize they're pointing out is that they're literally exposing their ministry. They're literally showing that they have low character men in their ministry. And if you have a low character man, multiple wives ain't going to work. If you have low character women, multiple wives ain't going to work. People need to get in their biblical relationship roles, and everything written about in the book naturally falls in line. When women understand that if they profess to be, go look at the titles on these women on some of these women out here. I automatically know not to accept their friend requests when they have something on there like blessed righteous angel of Yah. When they have that on there, I automatically know they ass wicked as hell. I don't even mess with them. You see what I'm saying? Because I know what the Bible said. The Bible says if a woman is a godly woman, she will honor her husband. And me and Koya saw that at Straightway. Not heard it, we saw it. We saw women who were truly serving Yah according to what the book says. We saw it at Straightway. We watched it. And at first we were perplexed. Like, I'm sitting there like, I'm like, how they get her to move, be obedient like that, But then we realized the way they did it is they washed her with the word. They showed the women, they teach the women, they show the women the verses in the Bible that say, hey, if you want to serve the Most High Yah, if you profess to be a woman of this book, this, that, and the other, you will honor that husband. That is how you do it. And I'm telling you, y'all think I'm playing. There's literally Hebrews out here teaching against that. And they have ministries full of wicked ass rebellious women. And nobody can figure out the answer to how to get their marriages in order. You think I'm playing? You can't make it up. I'm just telling you 100. I wouldn't lie to you. That they are out, and it angers me, gets me angry, because they are continuing to push the agenda of their masters, of massa. They're pushing that agenda. Oh, you don't have to respect that man like that. You can, y'all equal and all this other silliness. And yes, ain't nobody supposed to let their role, their job that the Most High gave them in the book, you're not supposed to let that go to your head in a prideful way. But damn it, there's roles. There's clearly biblical roles. Repeated through the book 20 times over. Hey, shalom, TPIC, Israelite Prepper. Good to see you in there. But they're out there teaching this stuff, man. And I'm telling you, they're in error. It's sad because what they're doing is they're continuing their crafty counsel that's been put against us. Until our women get in their biblical role and our men get in their biblical role, this nation can't grow. And I thank the Most High Yah for Straightway, Pastor Dow, and the brothers and sisters that are around me here in Jacksonville, Florida, in my congregation. I have a strong group of brothers and sisters around me. I have a strong wife around me, Koya Israel, where we can, if there is disorder, we can talk it out and work through it. But she knows her role, I know my role. We're not wrestling with feminism. There is, y'all, I know a lot of y'all who follow me, y'all, I come from, the Most High saw fit to take me all through the Hebrew Israelite community, okay? So, I have a past, and sometimes I see some of these organizations and ministries I used to deal with, and in light of the truth that that the Most High saw fit to expose me to, and all praise to the Most High for exposing me to this, we've had more change in our house since the Great Awakening Hebrew Gathering, since I've had the opportunity of being around Pastor Dow and Straightway and all this. We've been exposed to the beauties of Torah culture, okay? And the benefits, and we've been reaping it, and we're growing in it, because we're not where we need to be. And I will tell you firsthand, I am not where I need to be as a Hebrew man, but I am growing, and I'm experiencing the benefits of truly functioning in this book and totally coming out of this Greco-Roman Babylonian culture. So, and I thank the Most High for that. But we're growing in it. But on the same note, you're moving, and then you look back at the confusion that some of these people are rooted in, and some of the stuff they say, and it's like, dude, you are damn near doing witchcraft with what you're posting and what you're saying. And it's on social media. It's public. I'm not saying anything that's in the dark. I'm saying what I see. It's feminized men out here, man. They're fully pushing the oppressor's agenda, and they're swept away in a cloud of they probably ride a pink bicycle with flowers on it. I don't know what the hell. I don't know how to express the feminism that I'm seeing out there. It's sad. But what I do when I see it, so it's not vexing my spirit, what I do, if I come across it, I just take, because it's social media, you do a couple button clicks and you're stress free. You know what I'm saying? And I have nothing to do, I'm not moving with feminized Hebrews anymore. And I gotta give a shout out to my dude Judah Mack, man. And if y'all get a chance, because he got the same spirit of righteous biblical roles. He did a message a couple days ago, just straight down the middle. Exactly what I'm seeing, what I saw, what I have the blessing to experience dealing with Straightway and their brothers and sisters being part of them. He did a message going right down the middle along that, verse by verse. He put so many verses in there, you can't make it. You can't help, but there ain't no way to come against it. Okay? But when he was doing the message, Jezebels were manifesting. They were manifesting. Women were up there like, why are the Hebrew men hating on the women? And that's how when you correct women, correction is grievous to a fool. They run. It hurts. It grieves them. It hurt. They can physically feel pain when they're corrected because they're in such error. So naturally, women, there was one or two women that manifested. For the most part, the women were receiving. So look, here go the message right here. It's this on Facebook. It's Milk in the Morning. That's the name of his page, and it's Our Women Are Lost. 4 hours long. See, I didn't even watch that. And he did another message before that, I think the day before. Yeah, it says, people hate down and pick up. No, that wasn't it. So he did a 4-hour one, and then he did another one, I think, the next day or whatever. But just check out that Our Women Are Lost. Is right along the lines. It's on time. And look, if you have gay for Hebrew who, your wife walks around with your balls in a clear purse for you to look at, and she runs the show in your relationship, but just move on. Unfriendly. I encourage, because what it's going to do is make both our lives simpler. Because we're not playing no more. Men got to get, the women need to shut up and submit to their men as unto the Lord, like the book says, and the men have to lead in righteous masculinity, not prideful lordship. And I'm gonna say this to the men. Understand that power, the power or the role that I'm in, where now I ask my wife to do something and there's not talk back. There's, yes, she'll do it. Boom. And they ain't arguing and debate up in this house. But understand, men, this is the problem with the men. Don't let that power go to your head. Because it's you got to be a humble brother. You got to be humble. Because the swing of that pendulum is that power of, now I ask my wife to do something and there's no lip. It is literally considered done. Well, with that power comes humility. You have to, it's a test on you growing and developing spiritually into having that humility, to not let that go to your head. That's where he's talking about there's none in the body, all are the same in Christ Jesus. It's one body. So my head ain't like, shut up, hand. Just do what the hell I told you, hand, and give a thumbs up, No, the head just hands down the orders and the hand carries them out. And I'm able to function coordinatedly. So the problem a lot of women have with the Hebrew men who they do want to be submitted to is, the problem they have is the men let it go to their head and they come at the woman some type of way when it's not called for. And then what you see when you look at the relationship is uncoordinated. It's like an uncoordinated, so the woman can't just naturally function, she gotta will herself to be submitted because of that. So it's a growing process. But when you got these castrated, these castrated, emasculated, sodomized, so-called Hebrew mores or morons out here, they want to subtly continue pushing. Oh, you don't have to call him this. You don't have to. Y'all need to submit to each other, and just subtly sliding feminism in there, and they don't even realize it because they're spiritually sodomized, and they don't realize that their wife is walking around with their balls in a purse. So naturally, they're gonna slide in sodomized doctrines on you, and you're gonna be confused, and you're gonna be up under these ministries for years and not be able to figure out why the hell you're vexed in your marriage, and your marriage is a daggone mess. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta, we gotta check that thing, you know. And when we go into this, it's of the spirit, because you're gonna feel it deep inside, like what the brother just put here. If women are in my ministry and they got a man on child support, y'all better do whatever the hell you better give them that damn money back, because I know the state makes you do it. Get that money and give it the hell back to them when it comes. See, these women ain't righteous. Like most of these Hebrew ministries, they spiritually sodomize pastors, telling them, yeah, he ain't deadbeat, this, that, and the other, and you are extorting this man. It said, nor the effeminate, nor the extortioner will make it into the kingdom. It tells you that. Child support is extortion. And when people want to come to me, oh, well, they make me put them on it because of the state. Okay, then make your ass go to the ATM, hit withdraw, and give them the money back. Now you walking in, you gonna feel this spirit, and y'all can work something out. That's this stuff like this. This the type of stuff we talking about. Come on, man. We know the way the system is. I'm not gonna go all the way down that road, but y'all watch out for these dudes, man. They literally, the Bible says something plain and simple to where even a 3-year-old could understand it. And these wicked ass clowns out here will tell you it's saying something else. Oh, you don't surely have to do that. That's Satan. And why am I harping on relationships and women so bad? Because that is Satan's primary tool for destroying the nation. Read Genesis. Ain't that the first attack was through the woman? And you don't think he's still doing that now? And guess who the tools are? Most of these morons out here that call themselves mores. Got a bunch of clowns out here, dude. Y'all don't really want me to get going. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice today. I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler. Come down the middle. Yeah. Brother put a lot of this, like for instance, what I just said. When I said, if you were made to put or to put your husband on child support, which is extortion, okay? If you were made to do that, you need to give him the money back. You feel that feeling you get when I say that? That's a spirit. You might need deliverance. You might need to get that spirit cast off you. Yeah. You got to get that spirit cast off you. Because, I mean, we can sit here and show you. Like, do I really? I do. I'm going to do a show on child support. And I'm going to show you where it's just a tool of COINTELPRO, of Willie Lynch, to keep us down as a nation. And let me tell you what happened. If you as a woman, if you said you call up that brother that you hold bitterness and unforgiveness to, okay? Because what they're doing is getting your bitterness and unforgiveness to, they're fertilizing it, okay? So that man that you hold bitterness and unforgiveness to, because y'all got into the relationship in an unrighteous way, if you call him up and say, whatever your name is, you like, we need to sit down because I know you struggling, and what I'm gonna do when this child support comes, I'm gonna give whatever portion you need back. I'm gonna give it back to you, okay? Because I don't want to crush you. I realize that they manipulated us against each other. Blase blah. Guess what? When them checks start coming back to him each week or each month, he gonna be like, well, what the hell ministry he with? She with? Who the hell is her pastor? And you gonna win him to the word. I guarantee. They gonna want to know what ministry you moving with. And most of y'all, it's the exact opposite though. Yo wicked ass pastor ain't nothing but masses. You working for massa, okay? That your wicked ass pastor worked for massa, and he encouraged the woman to be rebellious to the man, the lord over the man, to continue to oppress the man. All right. Elder Rufus put some stuff in there. He said these worldly laws will regulate these lawless heathens. Yup. Elder Rufus put child support shouldn't exist in Israel, but a lot of Israelites have children by heathens. We don't care about the laws of Yah. These worldly men won't take care of their children nor see them. Yeah. That's another part. Yeah. A lot of times, all right, somebody put, I agree with 90% of what you're saying. I work for the Dependency Circuit Court in Duval County. I have met many brothers who had to be forced into taking care of their kids. Yeah. And I agree with that. I agree with both sides. What I've seen more, I've seen a lot of brothers who the woman is so crazy he don't want to be up in there. I've had to tell brothers leave her and the child because it'll be better off, because that way nobody will end up getting killed, nobody end up getting hurt. Nobody will end up going to jail, okay? And then I've had brothers who didn't listen to what I said. They had, they got into a relationship with a rebellious woman. Everybody was out of their relationship role, and they didn't heed what I said, and it ended up turning physical. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sticking around for the kids. You see what I'm saying? And they would try to hang in there for the kids so they wouldn't be a deadbeat dad and all this. It's messy though. It's messy out there on both ends. And at the end of the day, and it goes on in the Hebrew community, but at the end of the day, I know that number one, of course, men, we need to be righteous. We need to have our minds right. We need to have our spirits right. Women need to have their minds right, their spirit right. But even still then, when you get into these marriages and relationships, there need to be older, gray-haired people involved that can stamp off on both sides. So the woman needs to have a witness of some older elder, and not just a gray, not just some dude with gray hair, but a man who is worthy. You know what I'm saying? He got his mind right. He's biblically aligned with this truth. Okay? Who can stamp off on this dude, who know his history. Because you could be fooled. And same thing for the man with the woman. You need an older man who's over this woman who can say, this is a righteous sister. And women, you need a man who can be trusted, who could say this is a righteous man. That again, and I'm I've learned recently that, because even in the Hebrew community, that it like literally mugs walk into this Hebrew Israelite awakening and without missing the beat, repeat to the T the exact same sloppiness that's out in the world, man. It's and that's because Satan knows that the building blocks of these nations are families. Like if you wrestling in a relationships and all this stuff, if that's got you occupied, and like you're a man and you're fighting with a woman all the time, you ain't that's where all your warfare and energy going, fighting this woman. How are you gonna fight for your nation? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Marriage, and again, these feminized Hebrew teachers out here will come against everything I'm saying. But marriage needs to be heavily regulated and supervised and overlooked by other people. But our people are like, well, I ain't getting nothing to nobody. Ain't nobody, I'm Yahuwah over me. Okay. Y'all keep saying that. So Elder Rufus put, we have sisters in the community that have children by heathen men. I do all I can so they can see their children, but they never make an effort to see them nor be a part of their lives. Yep. I agree with you, Elder Rufus, 100%. There's sorry ass boot licking dudes out there, 100, and they don't even know that they don't know. You feel me? So I'm with you 100. But I also say, and we know, and that gets spoken on a lot, but he said they need to pay child support. Okay, I got you. I'm with you with that 100. And I'm speaking on it on a balanced way, because I also see dudes who do want to be in their children's life, but there's wicked women who manipulate the men. They just have the babies so that they can put a dude under child support. That's these women that got kids from 8 different men. You know what I'm saying? And that's what rarely gets spoken on. So that's why I was speaking on that. Somebody put some of these baby makers can also be found in the house of Israel. 100. Yep. That's why I said we come in this thing, folks don't skip a beat. And at the end of the day, because like what Rufus is showing, talking about the other aspect of the issue with true deadbeat dudes, deadbeat dads. And then I'm speaking on the other half where it's women taking advantage of the system. At the end of the day, the answer and the solution to it is, yeah. So at the end of the day, the answer to the whole thing is for us to get in this thing for real and not just on a surface level, for us to really do the works, for us to actually get under some people to where, because I be telling dudes, man, ain't no way I realize that you're going to go out here and meet somebody, you really taking a chance, going out here, getting in a relationship and not having, you're not going to know who you dealing with just off a couple days. People could put up a good front for years, okay? And then it just turned into a mess. I'm telling you, you need somebody who could sign off on them, okay? So that there needs to be structure, organizational structure. These free floating freestyle Hebrews are just floating around the community, floating around on Facebook. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't. That's why I be seeing what I be seeing so bad. Yeah, yeah, so we absolutely at the end of the day, it comes back to exactly what the title of this lesson is: righteous biblical relationship roles. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And some of these what I've been seeing recently, coming from some of these so-called ministries, what they're saying, I can only imagine what's going on in there if they're saying what they're saying. Like some of these posts and some of what they're putting out there publicly, I could only imagine what's going on in their damn ministries, because they're not coming against nothing. They just kind of going along with what Babylon, with what the world says. They just kind of putting Hebrew terminology to what's out there in society. Yeah, so, and Elder Rufus said they're not tolerating, they don't, he said they don't tolerate deadbeat men in straightway, period. And and look, I done seen them deal with a couple, because look, even it, no matter what ministry, problems gonna pop up. Certain types of spirits, some types of behaviors, especially when you're dealing with our people, are gonna pop up. Whether it's deadbeat men or Jezebel, rebellious women. And like I said, what I see out here in the greater part of the Hebrew community is, oh yeah, they'll tolerate certain stuff that goes along with what society does, but then they won't come against other stuff. But it's rare to find a ministry that's gonna go straight down the middle, where if it's off, they smashing on with balanced judgment. There ain't no favoritism. I hear you. So I can't get married, period. Why not? And I'm gonna just kind of go off what I think you're implying, because a lot of, like, they have the MGTOW movement where men is just, they done with women. I'm frustrated. So what I'm gonna do is just, when I need a woman, I'm gonna use her for whatever I want to use her for, and then boom. And then they got other movements even more insidious than the MGTOW movement. Like there's one out there where the one dude just dogging women out, and they tell the women to their face what they gonna do, and they do it, and they straight up front, hey, I'm gonna dog you out. This is what I'm doing. So they got that move. They got all types of movements. They got movements for the women. And what it is people being frustrated. There's frustrated people because there's no righteousness. It's all lopsided. It's messy out there. People are catering to feminism and all this other stuff. So somebody said, you said because of the laws. Well, again, going back, he said he can't get married because of the laws. Okay, so going back the straight way. And people be like, oh, why you keep, people be like, oh, why you keep going, we're so big about straight way. They doing it the straight way. They coming down the middle with it. Why do you have to get married? Why, if you want to marry a woman and give your oath of commitment to a woman, why you got to marry the state and their laws and submit to their laws, statutes, commandments? Why not submit to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible? So see, and it's going to automatically He's talking about he don't like the Elder Rufus. He talking about he don't like the laws of this country. Well, don't get a marriage license. Submit to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, and get in a ministry that submits to the law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. Again, talking about these same ministries out here, they will come against you because you don't want to get a Greco-Roman Willie Lynch marriage license. See, and you're going to filter out the wicked ass women because when you say, hey, I'm not getting a marriage license, I'm going to just do a ketubah and marry you according to this Bible. Oh, wow. And these gay pastors will sell it. The homosexual pastor it will tell you, he'll be like, if these men don't want to marry the Greco-Roman beast system government and you, then you shouldn't marry them. It's a mess. You know, don't get a marriage license. Where is that in the Bible? Where's the marriage license in the Bible? Where is getting a marriage license? Are they gonna, if you commit to a woman and say I'm a be with you, and this is the law, statutes, commandments I'm gonna fulfill, and the woman says these are laws, this is what I'm gonna do these parts, and y'all sign off on that and consummate that according to the book. What's wrong with that? Because what happens, people get these marriage license, they don't mean it. And then when they decide they done, they get divorced anyway. And then who make all the money? The lawyers. Come on. And they will get on here, dude. These clowns out here, there's Hebrews out there that will fight you about a marriage license. They swear that you gotta get a marriage license. If you commit to a woman according to the Bible and don't get a marriage license, you are not going to jail. It's not illegal. I'm telling you, man, there's people out there teaching against it. Because what? They're agents of the Babylonian Greco-Roman agents to keep this nation oppressed. And they're deceived in their own mind, deceiving themselves. And they got ministries that cater to women, and the disasters follow. It's just a mess. And they post, I'm telling you, it's frustrating. And I'm not just trust me. Please believe me. I'm not talking off the hip of stuff I'm seeing. All right? It's sad out there. Exactly. These people, somebody put, how can Hebrews advocate for a slavery license? How can they do that? How can these Hebrews advocate for a slavery license? How can they do that? And they know, and a lot of it, what it is, because see what the government, what the system does is caters to your greed and all that stuff like that, man. And that's what a lot of these Babylonian Hebrews and Catholic Hebrews out here do. They're agents of this system. Somebody put, I'm married, but the state by the state. What about divorcing and remarrying in the sight of our power? There ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Everybody like, oh no, well, you gotta get a marriage license. They'll tell you, Paul said, keep the laws of the land. Well, look, they're letting you marry a damn dog. They're letting gayfers get married. You gonna abide by that? It's not illegal to not have a marriage license. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So you can't make it up. It's just people, at the end of the day, it's real simple. People love this culture, dude. The holidays are coming. You know what I'm saying? I done scheduled conferences right over Thanksgiving. We got a conference in Atlanta. And Christmas. We got a conference down here in Jacksonville, Florida. I literally scheduled nation building conferences right over they wicked ass holidays so we could come together and take advantage of this free time to get our nation together and build. Okay? But people watch. A lot of folks ain't gonna show up because they low key love this nation, man. They love it. I can see it. They all entrenched in it. You know what I'm saying? I understand you gotta do stuff to make your money, but and to get by. But trust me, you'll see. I'm gonna point it out. You'll see the little posts. You got people up there. Oh, if you want to go and go over somebody's house for Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner, ain't nothing wrong with that. You just witnessing the word. It's like, dude, you just swept away in a cloud of Babylonianism, man. A license never kept anyone together. Yep, over a 60% divorce rate. Is it at 60% now? God, dog. Dang, it's up to 60 daggone percent. The last time I checked, it was like 49%. I'm not shocked though. I ain't shocked because it's sloppy out there. I don't want to be a part of the wicked holidays, but I want to eat. Laughing out loud. Come out to the conference. Come out to our conference. If you're in the Atlanta area during Thanksgiving, here, look, I'll put the thing up here real quick. If you are in the Atlanta region during Thanksgiving, this is what we're having. Pastor Dow's gonna be there. Amir Ryder, he's hosting it at Torticulture Assembly. Judah Mack's gonna be there. Brother Newbree's gonna be there. Haji Golightly's going to be hosting it. Michael Norman's going to be performing. Brother Gideon, the Hebrew warrior. This dude is 20 years special forces. He's gonna be there. Let me move this thing. Okay, let me where how do I get that? I want to get that writing off there. There we go. Brother Gideon, okay, he's going to be teaching y'all how to provide your own security for yourself and self-defense and protection. Of course, beloved Daoud, that's the spiritual combat. He make the praise and worship music. I just love his music. A lot of those songs I play, from him. They gonna all be there. Of course, I'm gonna be there. That's Thanksgiving Day in Atlanta. Be out there. We're gonna have some hamburgers. We're gonna be chilling. You like the food, man. Dude, have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness. The turkey represented the Indian's head that they cut off. The cranberry sauce represented the blood coming out. That holiday is wicked as hell. Don't even partake of that slop. Stay far away from it. Come out to the Atlanta Dry Bones Rising Conference on Thanksgiving and just have some hamburgers and potato chips and fellowship with your brothers and sisters. All right? So anyway, but yeah, man. We gonna get this thing right, man. And like Elder Rufus was saying, it's both sides. You got deadbeat brothers out there, and monstrous, manipulative women out there. You got them both. They wicked as hell on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody getting no pass. And at the end of the day, folks got to humble down and get their minds right. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all put here. Family came at me for not having a Babylonian certificate. I asked them to compare our relationship to theirs. That's right. It's plain and simple. I don't care what type of certificate you got. If y'all wicked as hell, it ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? If y'all wicked as hell, it ain't gonna work out. All right, I'll touch it and agree. Hey, shalom, brother Zedekiah. Good to see you in there. So yeah, man, you don't need to state up in your. Now, these same people will show you all these conspiracy theories with the government and the government wicked and the government oppress us, and as soon as something, they running right to the government. You know, they all these same people. I literally done seen. I done watched people. Oh, the cops is killing us. The cops this and these damn wicked ass cops. As soon as something happened, the first people they call the cops, and as soon as they see me doing weapons training, we shouldn't live by the sword. No, sir, boss. Master don't like us living by the sword, sir. No, sir, master. He dumb. You better get your damn self trained up and protect yourself, man. You can't be that damn dumb. Some of y'all, man, if y'all had a bigger head, you'd be a bigger dummy. Like I talking to my father yesterday. He said, I ain't a prize fighter. He said, I'm a surprise fighter. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a daggone surprise. So yeah, man, it ain't, but it ain't a game out here no more, man. We ain't. It ain't play. So, and it's been, especially after coming back from Sukkot, man. I was exposed to a lot up there, a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding. Look, I'm a lot of people. I'm just like unfollowing and just making a lot of people. I'm just rarely distancing myself from, because at the end of the day, they just Babylonian Hebrews. They Babylonian Christians. I ain't got time to deal with them. And the Most High has blessed me, has put some very serious-minded people around me. You know what I'm saying? Just some serious-minded, really about this thing, like-minded people around me. And I it's like a breath of fresh air, you know, because now things just get done. Okay, things are moving forward. Y'all saw what happened this weekend. If y'all didn't, this past weekend we had our Shabbat. It was a very edifying, fulfilling Shabbat. And then the next day we got up early. We went out. We did our self-defense and security and weapons training out at the range. And a lot of brothers got, you know, it was edifying. Brothers like, man, I never shot a shotgun before. You know, I never shot a rifle. You know, we helped brothers get their aiming right. And then after that, we went to our little property we have, and we started our community garden. And we got that started. Built 2 giant raised beds, and brothers was learning how to work with different types of tools that they had never messed with. So it was a lot of brothers. It was a blessing, and we really, you don't really get this book till you start doing stuff. When I say doing the training, doing the physical work. That's when you see brothers where people's spirits at, and if they got the right work ethic, and if they ain't about to talk, and you see order, and if you see what I'm saying, that's where it comes in to you having your house in order, you know. Because we told the kids, the kids was digging up potatoes, and they thought they was on a damn scavenger hunt. They was loving. But it was order. It was a blessing. All right. So yeah, man, it was very fulfilling out there. So brother D-Mac, he put, my family accused me of living in sin because I had no certificate. But when I asked them to define so with the Bible, crickets all day. Yeah, man, I know. You can't make it up. Such powerful healing and deliverance for sure. Yeah, and the deliverance. Folks got demons on them, man. I mean, certain topics, for the longest, there were certain topics I started talking about here on the show, and you could see people with demons on them, just in what they were typing, you know, all capitals. It's like, damn. It's like you gotta have a strong demon on you to go type all caps and just not be able to resist. And I mean, they'll just go back and forth for good, like forever. I already know how it is up in your house. Sister V said, I'm single, never married, am humbly learning my role as daughter of Zion from the straight way men and help me, sister to sister. Man, that sister to sister. Hey, listen, man. Look, I'm going to just be 100. I can show y'all can watch one sister and listen to y'all, and this is to the men. You can watch one sister to sister message and set your wife in front of one sister to sister message, and she will learn. I can show you any one sister to sister message over there on Straightway. They bring out more truth in 10 minutes. I'm not playing around. I'm not exaggerating. I've heard more truth come out in 10 minutes of a sister to sister message than certain ministries, and I'm not going to name drop yet. Time's coming where I'm going to air these people out. But anyway, than I've ever heard some of these men teach in their whole Hebrew ministry. Ever. 10 minutes. That's how. So I ain't got to go no further on that thing. All right? So Elder Rufus said, my wife loves doing the broadcast weekly. It's humbling to serve the saints on that level. Yeah. Pure, no wiggle room truth. And I'm telling you, check it out. Like I like when we're on the road. Like one time we were on the road, and I had put on a message, and my wife, she was like, she didn't want to hear it. It was some doctrinal history, Hebrew stuff. She asked me to put on something more fulfilling for her and the girls. And I was like, I didn't know. I was like, what do I put on? I just said a quick prayer. And I was like, boom, I put on a sister to sister. Locked in. Edifying, man. There ain't a lot of stuff out there, y'all. I was, when I looked at the Sukkot, I was telling the saints up there, I was like, look, I have, on social media, I followed a lot of ministries, and physically, I've dealt with a lot of ministries. And I just told them, there's nothing else out there. You ain't gonna find nothing else. That's it. Somebody asked, are you going to be in ATL tomorrow? Yes, sir, I am. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Let me show y'all that real quick. I'm gonna be in Atlanta tomorrow at here, I'll show you the event. I'm gonna be at Torah Culture Assembly. The event starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna be there exactly at 10 a.m. because I'm gonna be stopping in I'm gonna stop at Macon, in Macon, Georgia. I'm gonna be stopping in at the Hebrew radio station out there with Brother Mikael, and he's gonna interview me about the event. But this event here is Biblical Family Structure with Dr. Gina Murray and Elder Murray, and they're going to be bringing out about kind of the same stuff that they were talking about on the interview I did with them on my show. So we're going to be getting into that. So I'll be up there at Torah Culture Assembly. So if you want to look this event up, it's on Eventbrite, Biblical Family Structure. As it stands, I'm not going to live stream the event, but I'll definitely be doing event coverage as far as I'll be doing some interviews and what have you. But yeah, I'll be up there. Yes. So I look forward to seeing all y'all in the region. Sister Koya will be up there. We'll be up there. Somebody said, my son is 18 and I have recently began weapons training. Awesome to know you can begin taking care of yourself if needed. Yeah. And my whole thing, y'all saw, there was something else I saw. One thing, a cop shot some dude in the back of the head who had his back turned. He was running. What else? There's a bunch. Something else happened recently with these cops, man. Oh, somebody, there was a break-in or something happened at their house. This is recently. This ain't that Texas one I was talking about. But they called the cops. The cops came to the house and shot them. Okay? So, the only thing you could call the cops for is after everything's over, after you've secured all your weapons, you call them to the house. You say, hey, somebody tried to kick in my door at 12 o'clock at night. I put some rounds in them. Come out here and clean them up. And make sure when you do that, make sure you standing in the driveway with your damn hands up because they like killing people. Matter of fact, make sure you laying on the ground with your hands out. Otherwise, I mean, damn. Because something happened recently. We got to learn to defend and protect ourselves by being in want of all things from these other nations. Okay? Let's see. Shalom. Shalom, Brother Patrick. Shalom, the cops are demons. Somebody said cops are demons in human form. What you got to understand is, it ain't so much that demons in human form. Their training is trained to oppress us. And then our rebelliousness and our lack of, because we stiff-necked, so that kind of ties into it even more. And like, we know they got it, they gunning for us. You know they training is designed for them to put a hole in your head, but you'll still stand out there and argue and debate with a cop. You're stupid, So there's a lot of training, because most of these, I know cops that they have went in to being law enforcement with good intention, and they're conscious and aware of how their training is designed to have them killing us off and all that, so they're aware of it. So you can't put them all in a group like that. But my thing is, if you tell me that that pit full of snakes, only 20% of them are poisonous, I'm not messing with it. I'm going to train my damn self. Like, you be prudent. A prudent man, he looks and he sees and he makes adjustments for it. That's wisdom. So when I see the cops killing us off at the drop of a dime, I'm not calling the cops. I don't need them. I'm going to get good with my weapons. I'm going to learn how to clear a house and secure rooms and provide security, so that our congregation here, we can make a phone call or have some type of app or something where we can put an emergency call out, and we can be on the scene quicker than the cops can. And we can know that there's going to be more patience and leniency exercised than what the cops would do. Okay? We got to take back the means of production, y'all. Yep. 99% of cops are good people. I don't agree with that. If you wanted to put it on a percentage, when the FBI in 2006 warned the government that white supremacist organizations were infiltrating law enforcement and the legal system, to say 99% of cops are good people is off. No. Because when you look at the incidents going on out here, like the guy who choked out Gardner up there in New York, he's suing to get his job back. Like when you look at the amount of incidents, and especially when you go in black neighborhoods and you see that the cops are, they're an enemy occupation in black neighborhoods. In this suburban neighborhood I live in, they're here to help us. But some of these neighborhoods you go in, man, some of these cops purposely sign up to go in there so that they can carry out their agenda. So I think that's all. I say maybe 1% of them is good. I don't know. That'd be closer to accurate. So somebody say, yes, do the numbers. Yeah, do the numbers, and the numbers will tell you what to do. 2 shootings, 1 unjustified shooting is too many. It's, to me, it looks like you're getting an unjustified shooting every 2 weeks. Learn to protect your damn self. You don't need 911. Learn herbs, learn CPR, learn all this stuff. Stop being in want of all things from them. It's been made obvious that these people do not like you. Yeah, it's not all of them, but we go look in the news. A lot of stuff has happened recently, and nobody wants to speak on that. Well, I tell you what, here's Spiritual Combat, Straightway Jacksonville, Florida down here. We are training ourselves up to protect ourselves. It is our right to self-defense. It's legal. We're not doing nothing illegal. We ain't training up to fight the government because you can't beat the government. I done seen the equipment, some of the equipment they have. You ain't going to beat them. But you can train to protect yourself. And we're given that right. We're afforded that right. So for these homosexual Christian Hebrews who say, well, if you live by the sword, and they be the first ones dialing 911, and Officer Murtaugh, who lives by the sword, gonna put one right in your head, and you ain't gonna be able to figure out why. All right? Somebody put cops are brainwashed like machines, and like he said, I know cops who don't buy into the brainwashing. There's Hebrew cops who do not buy into the brainwashing. Okay, and so they're there, and they're not quick to put a bullet in your head for any reason. All right. Yeah, I'm with them. Yes, I'm with Straightway. And we're going to work out all the details here soon. But yeah, I went up there for a Sukkot. And like I said, so this is what happened with me. I went up there and visited Straightway when there wasn't a feast day. I didn't stay at Pastor Dow's house, but I was in Pastor Dow's house. I was all around him and his wives, all up in Straightway. I stayed at multiple Straightway assemblies throughout the U.S. during my travels. So I've seen that. And then I went up there for the Sukkot, and I prayed on that, and I was thoroughly impressed. I didn't say Straightway was perfect. They have situations that arise there too. But guess what? They don't sweep it under the rug. They hit it head on. The leadership there, from what I've seen, is not lordship. It's true leadership. So yeah, I was thoroughly impressed from what I've seen, because like I was saying earlier, I've dealt with camps. I've dealt with Hebrew assemblies, Hebrew organizations, this, that, the other. And it did not take long for me to see sloppiness and stuff that was out of order, things that weren't getting dealt with, manipulation, witchcraft, wizardry being used. Some of these Hebrew so-called leaders is like Gandalf the wizard. I mean, they working so much manipulation and coercion and verbal wordplay. It's like, good night. It's like, what is this, Lord of the Rings? Is this Harry Potter or is this a Hebrew assembly? Like, and you think I'm playing. And I've been using patience and long suffering. I ain't been calling nobody out by name because by and large, I really ain't been seeing a whole bunch of sloppiness because I done just stepped away from all these other organizations. But yeah, when I went up there to Straightway, I was absolutely impressed with the professionalism up there. Yep, Sister Corey said, we are definitely Straightway 100% Straightway, Florida, Sunshine State, located in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah. Now, like I said, I got to work out all the details and all that stuff. But yeah. So somebody put religion murders more people in wars, terrorism, and corruption. I agree. And I'm not a religious person in any type of way. I'm not. I am officially not religious. I am a biblical Torah culture person. And I'm about that. Right? So yeah, man. So but I'm gonna do a whole show on that. I'm gonna do a whole show on that because something I learned is a lot of people have a history of bad judgment. You look at people. There's people out here. This is something I noticed. There's people out here that I notice that you look at their life, they got a history of bad judgment, and then they come at me and act like I'm wicked as hell because I like Straightway. And I was like, okay, but did you stay at Straightway Houston? Did you stay at Straightway Detroit? Did you stay at Straightway? Did you deal with other Straightway assemblies and live amongst them and watch their marriages? Were you up in Pastor Dow's house around his wives and watching them operate? And did you go to Sukkot? You know, were you at the deliverance service on the land? And it's like, damn. I was like, so being all up in Straightway like I was up in them, some major crap would have reared its face by now. You know what I'm saying? Elder Rufus is up in here. I done talked to Elder Rufus on the phone for hours. And Elder Rufus is just, there ain't no, with Elder Rufus, it ain't no, you know, it's just nothing but the facts. And that's all he talking. And I talked to him on the phone for hours. And he tell me this, and he tell me that. And I'll be sitting there like, why is he telling me all this? And all he doing is just telling me what he know. Nothing more, nothing less, no frills on top. And I told him, I was like, all right. I was like, that's not going to convince me to do anything. I said, but I'm watching. I'm going to see if it lined up with what you said. And everything the dude said ended up lining up. What you going to do? You know? At first I was like, is he bragging to me? No. And then I listened. I was like, no, he just saying what he know. And then sure enough, as time passed, it all came to pass. So I was like, he was like, just watch. And what you gonna do? There ain't nothing to argue with. So, but I'm gonna do a whole show. Yeah. And he said, somebody, the Most High train. The Straightway is highly organized. Highly organized, but it's like, but it's good leadership. I don't know if y'all could comprehend that. Because, okay, I've seen a lot of bad leadership. I've seen a lot of manipulative leadership. I've seen a lot of leadership with agendas. Okay? So, but like I said, I realized from what y'all asked, I'm going to do a show on that. Let's see. I was going to say I'll do it tomorrow, but I'm be on the Be in Atlanta tomorrow. But yeah, I'll do a show soon on it, going into what I've seen and compare it to what I've seen everywhere else in the Hebrew community. And it's not a smack in the face to anybody, you know. But hey, if it's right, it's right. What you gonna do? All right. So anyway, with that said, y'all, I got to. Our marriage is strong, much more solid than in any other ministry. Yes, Sister D. Harris. Yes. Me and I teach on marriage and relationships. Me and Koya has been together over 10 years. Our marriage has been getting better, but we've seen that even in the past 4 months, we've grown. I've seen more growth in Koya, spiritual growth and maturity, and I have grown more spiritually in maturity and leadership in marriage in the past couple months since I've ran into Pastor Dow and Straightway and all that. We've experienced more growth than probably in the past 10 years. And man, if you just think I'm throwing that out there, that's not something light to say. Understand that. So, you know, and everybody like, oh, like everybody, all the people who've been coming up to me like, well, why you keep bragging about them? Y'all don't get it. Trying to encourage, take a look. Put on your Sherlock Holmes thing. You know, do your Sherlock Holmes thing and stop listening to your damn feelings and use some damn logic. And I'm talking to the men out there who feeling some type of way. I'm telling you. It is what it is. All right, let's see what you said. Somebody said Hitler was not a religious man, but like you also followed the teachings of other, like the Bible and other cults. I don't know what you're saying. Hitler was a religious man. He was a Catholic. Go do your research. He was. What the book tells you though, when you read the Bible, see what happens. A lot of people don't know the Bible and they end up following men and they get led astray. You need to learn. You need to know the Bible first, and then let's see. You need to learn the Bible first, and then you will know righteous leadership when you see it. The reason why a lot of people are struggling in their marriages, the reason why a lot of people are struggling spiritually in their mind, the reason a lot of people are wrestling with pornography addiction and diverse lusts and sexual lusts, the reason why a lot of people wrestle with stuff in their lives, with relationships, is because they don't know the Bible. The reason why 90% of the Hebrew community is doing the exact same damn thing they was doing out in the world. They got the same damn problems they had when they was out in the world. Is because they don't know the book. What do I mean when I say they don't know the book? I am putting together a comprehensive lesson of important scriptures that I'm highlighting out of the book of Proverbs and out of the book of Ecclesiasticus, because the book of Proverbs and the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha, those two books break the law, statutes, and commandments down, and the law of brotherhood, they break that down into its most minute pieces. And I see so many people that are so opposite of the book of Proverbs. It's amazing. And I can tell they don't read it. And this is why they're in these messed up ministries that are telling you, oh, why would anybody want their wife to call them master? Oh, ain't that what the damn book say? Y'all gay. Get your balls out of her purse, and then you'll figure it out. So I mean, when you have the right, like when you have an eye for leadership, and you're spiritually developed and mature enough to know good leadership, And a lot of men don't even want to submit to leadership. A lot of men just didn't have fathers in their lives. They don't get leadership. They think they've been raised by women. They think they just, I got the spirit. I'm led by the spirit. And you look at their life, and it is a damn spiritual mess. So, like I said, there's a lesson coming, y'all. Y'all gonna see it. It amazes me when you got a man who, like Brother Gideon, who was in special forces for 20 years. Not only is there a need for him to be able to know what leadership is and be able to spot good leadership. It's not only that, because you got NFL athletes that follow Pastor Dow. But now we're talking about a man on a higher level than even a professional athlete, to where his life depends on spotting good leadership. Okay? And then you look at these other, because I'm telling you, the people who come at me and got something negative to say follow ministries that are full of women. It's like all you see is women in the ministry. So it's like, and I'm not saying it's a simple, but these ministries are made up of women, and women are lifted up. And there's something wrong there. So hey, look, there's gonna be a hardcore lesson coming soon. All right. So yeah, man. Some people don't. Yeah, and after I've been through what I've been through, because I see a lot of people, they be majoring on the minors all the time, majoring on minor stuff. After you done seen what I seen in the Hebrew community on social media and in person, after that, you ain't looking at nothing, no little stuff. You know, you're looking at character flaws. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to say it again, it's very sad out there. It's sad. The condition, the spirit on these women is just, they are not righteous. It's messy. And the men are just totally given over to their emotions. And there's no order and structure. Nothing can get done. It's just folks running into each other, doing their own thing. So, yeah, man. Churches are filled with women. It's hard to teach them because they're so proud and puffed up. Brother Kenneth Stewart, a lot of these Hebrew organizations are filled with women that are puffed up and prideful also. And if you're not even allowed to read a scripture in these ministries that corrects women. Otherwise, you're hating. Yeah, it's sad out there. I know. I've seen it firsthand. Straightway is not a church. We just walk in the faith out of our forefathers. And look, Elder Rufus just be making it plain, man. And he been telling me that since I talked to him. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm gonna see, because I've been through so much damage. I had to watch for a while. And the thing that sold me is just watching them deal with issues in there, head on. You know, that was a big one. But the main one was the women. It's like, damn, the women are in order. They're actually teaching the women what the Bible says. So yeah, man. So yeah, I'll do a show on that, and what I encourage y'all to do, because this is the other thing, most of the jelly back, watered down, soft, effeminized dudes, when I even mentioned straightway, most of them tucked tail and ran. They just kind of became distant. Hey, and that was a testament to the degree of masculinity that they lacked. It's like, sometimes you got them closet feminized dudes who ain't gonna say nothing. I've had men. I said, hey, you should get on the phone and talk to Elder Rufus. No, they would not do it for the life of them. And it perplexed me. It's like, dude, if I got questions for somebody, I will get, if I could get in front of them face to face, that's how I prefer, but I'm going to get on the phone with him or something. I'm going to talk to him. My Koya is in there right now. I am not the one to be feeling some type of way and not telling you about it. Rufus said, we all need community more than we want to believe. Your perfecting is in living with saints. No experience like it. There is no way you're going to walk this word out in spirit and truth without having community. And that's not a meeting for 4 hours on the weekend. Community means common unity and living together. Okay? There ain't no way around it. I brought the truth to my master. A real called daughter of Zion will recognize their errors and change. Yeah. Yep. And to y'all sisters who are not, your husband's not in the truth, what you need to do is watch Sister to Sister. Because they'll show you how they saying the same stuff I've been saying. If you want to win him to the truth, win him by being obedient. But that, and look, your Christian, your Babylonian Christian pastor ain't gonna tell you that. Your Catholic Hebrew pastor ain't gonna say that. This is the brother who emailed you. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll contact you. Yep. Nah, just email me your phone number and I'll give you a call. Yep, no sweat. No problem. Yeah, if any of y'all ever want to get in contact with me, just email me your number and I'll call you. The email's right there on the screen. Sometimes people will email me their number and I'll be so busy and the emails be coming in so much I'll miss it. Do it again. Do it till I do it. Stay persistent. That's all. So yeah, man. But that's what it is. With that said, y'all, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I hope y'all been edified. And what I'm going to do is, again, take it out with my praise and worship jam. Rest of my life, beloved Daoud. Appreciate y'all. Shalom.
Rest of my life, rest of my life, rest of my life, rest of my, yeah, This is my job for the rest of my life, the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my life, the rest of my life. This is my job for the rest of my life, the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my, telling the truth, rest of my life, loving the most high, all of my life, rest of my life, rest of my life, rest of my life, yeah. I'm standing my ground. The truth is the weapon. Please don't Malcolm X me. They shunning the message and killing the messenger. All over words. It must be the truth that I'm telling. These devils offended. You call it they trash. Don't buy up the shit that they selling. They label you bad. God know when these is the flags. Know what they hide. Know that my homeland ain't where I reside. Hey, who am I kid? I'm speaking to ears that never do listen. You gotta be talking them ditches. Helping the children. Principal mission. I am a pediatrician. I'm done with this story. Get it, this story. Brother, I'm doing my story. Cause we are the people. I'd rather be better, never that equal. The feelings is mutual. Ain't speaking no evil. Examine your leader. Not doing religion. I'm open with politics. Calling me so controversial. They say I'm too raw, but spit is so eloquent. Like I've been spitting in curses. Their business is personal. Won't charge you for food. Won't do what a church do. I do what a nurse do. I call on the doctor and wait on my number. forever I'm humble. I live with my shame. Let me die with some honor. 100. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my life. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my telling the truth. Rest of my life. Loving the most high. All of my life. Rest of my life. Rest of my life.